What's happening, everybody? I'm Ali Burns from Picks Parlays. Welcome to Total Chaos MLB edition. We're talking games on this Thursday, July the 7th. These three expert handicappers are going to let me know if they're going over or under the total. Whoever gets the most correct wins. But before we get started, I've got to remind everyone to like and subscribe, ring the bell for notifications, and also check out the official sponsor of Picks and Parlays. It's BetMGM. They're hooking everyone or all new accounts up with up to $1,000 in a risk-free first bet. Just use the promo code MORNING or check out the description of this video and click on the link. With me today, I've got the champ right now, Scott Steehn. How you feeling about this? 34, 31, and 1. Are you ready to rock and roll?
Yeah, I feel like the guy with one shoe in the land of the barefoot. That's what I am here. Next stop, profitability. We're shooting for 52.38. We're at 52.30. I need another 3 in 1 week. Let's go.
Let's go. All right, we've got Scott Reichel in the house. You're 35, 34, and 1. Very happy to be above 500 you are. How's it going, Reichel?
Feels good. I feel like I've been sneaking up on some people. It's like either the Mariners or the Marlins right now. You look up and go, they've really won 7 straight? When did that happen? I don't remember any of those. I don't remember any of my wins, but apparently I've had a good couple weeks, so let's keep it rolling.
Yes, indeed. And then Sean Higgs, 57, 59, and 2. How you feeling?
Yeah, I don't know. I got a sweep today to get over 500 to be with this crew. It
was a little bit of a rough week last week, but you know what?
What am I gonna do? We got the 1-1, and then the Yankees a loser. But I mean, okay, pitching change. We do this stuff ahead of time. We can't predict pitching changes and double headers, and it is what it is. We'll take the loss. I'll move on. We'll be fine.
I'm just saying, if Sean was using a sports book with Allie's rules, he would have changed sports books. That's all I'm saying.
I don't know what you have against my rules, all right?
Yeah, but you have a pitching change. What do you want from the guy? It's a pitching change and a rain cancellation. That's an automatic, is that 2 wrongs make a right where you just keep the rules?
You just want me to make it a push? Well, I feel like people watched the video, they made the bet, and you got
Allie is the 6-5 on blackjack of hosts. That's all I'm saying.
Ouch. That's rough. Ouch.
Thanks.
Sean didn't even have the opportunity to buy insurance. That's not even his fault.
No.
I feel like, Sean, we could probably just do this show together. I mean, who needs the Scots? Get back in here. Okay. The rules are the rules. I'm sorry. It just is what it is. If you guys, I could change rules because I'm the boss. So
come on, 000. Come on, 000.
000. That's the only thing that's waiting. Oh boy!
All right, so
we all do shows. You say something like 2-3 o'clock. It's what think's going to happen, and if it changes, it changes. But you can't control that. And you think people with common sense would be like, "Oh, it's a whole different game. I'm not going to play it." But
it's Sean's fault that he gave breakdowns on 2 pitchers and one of them didn't pitch. It's completely Sean's fault.
The truth of it, I typically do 5 of these a week, and when I go through grading, I am not paying attention to any of that. I just have what you guys picked, and I am cruising through to see what the score was, and you won it or you lost it, and I don't care about the semantics involved.
No, it's fair. I mean, Steehn does the same thing with the NASCAR show. He's grading out the picks and the scores, and it's like nobody asked you to do that. So yeah, have fun.
Cool.
You can do whatever you want.
Here's your L.
It's kind of the whole purpose of the show. I have to do that. It's nothing no one asked me. It's
I do it too, and I do the midday man. The other day I had the Pirates, and it was a pitching change. I thought it was Katana pitching, and he pitched the next day. I'm like, well, I'm not changing it. It's up here in the thing. You see it. You can't be switching out. I'll take the L and move on. Sometimes it's a W. Spots like that, they everything washes out. You can't always.
It all comes out in the wash. Yeah, that's just it. Okay, so let's get this party started. We're going to talk. We've got 4 games that we're going over for Thursday. Like I said, Thursday, July the 7th. We're going to start it off with the Tigers at the White Sox. We got 8.5 with Brieske and Cease on the mound. Scott Steehn, you're the champ, so you go first. Over or under the 8.5?
Yeah, I'm going to go under. I actually had this over 7.5, but the line's gone up to 8.5 with Brieske versus Cease. My worry here is Briske's been awful in his last 2 starts, giving up 12 runs, less 14 2/3. But Cease, he has been completely under the radar for me. He's given up 1 or less in 8 of his last 9. Weird thing about that 9-game stretch, Chicago is still 5-4 to the over. So the bullpen giving up 3 runs per game in those 9 games. The pen, they have been bleeding runs lately, and they are not good at home. However, I think that 8.5 may be just a little bit too tall with Cease on the mound. think Chicago does most of the heavy lifting here. I see a 6-2 type of Chicago win, barely staying under the number.
All right. Reichel, what do you got?
Mel Steehn kind of hit the nail on the head. You can make an argument for either case. I went with the over because Brisky's been awful, and I'm looking at Chicago's recent games, a lot of high-scoring games. The Tigers have also woken up a bit offensively, as Detroit has scored at least 4 runs in each of their last 6 games. Brisky on the road, 34 innings pitched, 6.09 ERA. Chicago might score 6 against him. They might score 8 against him. Who knows? And each of Chicago's last 5 games have had at least 8 runs. So the bullpen's been a mess for Chicago. Cease has been really good, so it makes this number really, really tricky. I kind of wish it was 7.5, but it is what it is. I'm going to lean over. You could have an extra inning draw at 4-4. Give me some type of 6-4 game or something.
All right. Higgy, what do you think?
You know, I really can't piggyback on all the numbers. Everybody threw everything out there. I'm going to go under here just because I think Cease, this is more for, we saw an extra inning game today out of Chicago. So maybe the bullpen doesn't have to come in too much tomorrow. Right. And Cease he's owned Detroit. He's 10-0 in 11 starts. He's got like a 1 ERA versus these guys. So I'm expecting 8 innings from him tomorrow and maybe a run or 2 tops. I mean, he's got a 1.9 ERA lifetime versus these guys. So I'm not expecting much offense. And as bad as Bruschi's been, I don't know. Do I get 9 out of Chicago? I don't think so. I'll take a 7-1 winner here. So just give me the under. I think Cease 3-hitter.
Every time I see Brisky, I think of Brucey from The Longest Yard, and I imagine him trying to pitch. That's kind of what I'm getting whenever he's on the mound.
Up next, we've got the Giants at the Padres. 6.5 on this one with Webb and Musgrove. Reichel, you're up first now.
I was really hoping it would be 7 or 7.5, but I'm going to hold my nose and take the under anyway. Both pitchers have been very solid. Webb's been amazing recently. Last 5 starts, 31 2/3 innings pitched, 1.71 ERA. Musgrove at home this season, 38 innings pitched, 2.61 ERA. And San Francisco really can't score. They've scored less than 5 runs in each of their last 8 games. Musgrove on the mound is one of the NL Cy Young favorites. Webb's been amazing. I am going to lean to the under. It's 6.5, so you're really threading a needle there. Yeah. But I'm going to go with the under because I think it's low for a reason.
Yeah, I was just going to say, we always say it's low for a reason. Higgs, what do you got on this one?
Yeah, well, the numbers are with we just met, Scott just ran all, and I love Musgrove. He's great season, and Webb's numbers are phenomenal as well. I'm going under here, and this is, again, Padres offense to me. I've been screaming for them to get Benedetti for last month. Hopefully they get some offensive help. But how are you hoping the Giants score some runs here? I mean, they've lost like 6 in a row coming into Wednesday night here.
And they can't hit.
They're not hitting. And the Padres are good. This team, get a future on them. Them, the Mets, and Houston are my favorite for everybody wants the Yankees and Dodgers. I don't know. Padres are a solid club up and down. Good pitching, healthy finally. Can't hit a lick. Give me the under.
It's against Arizona as well. The Giants just can't hit the ball.
Can't hit.
Yeah.
They're not hitting.
Steehn, what are your thoughts on this one?
I'm gonna go the other way. I'm gonna go the over 6.5 here. Yeah, on the surface, you got 2 very good pitchers going at it, especially Musgrove. But Logan Webb is a different pitcher away from San Francisco, and he is going to be on the road for this one. On the road, 3.77 ERA, at home 2.65. And the weird thing is the Giants, they can't hit. They've given up a ton of runs. They've given up 32 runs over their last 4 games coming into this Thursday or this Wednesday recording rather. And Musgrove, while he has been outstanding, he's given up 11 earned over his last 5 starts. In those games, the over is still 3-2. So the bullpen for both of these teams, I don't have a ton of confidence in. I think it sneaks over the total of 6.5. I'll take it. Give me that 3-3 overtime draw that Reichel loves so much.
You got it. It's all yours. We got Cubs and the Dodgers. It's 8.5. Leiter Jr. and Gonsolin are throwing. Higgs, you're going first.
Yeah, I'm going under here. And Gonsolin, I mean, everybody, we got Musgrove, Alcantara. This cat is 10-0. He's doing what, like a 1.9 ERA? What's his ERA? 1.5? He's
1.54. Yep.
I mean, he could probably go 19-1 this year with like a sub-2 ERA. People are not even gonna know who he is. I don't see anything coming from the Cubs. I think they're a miserable bunch anyway. Gosslin's like the 6th-inning guy. Where's the hits coming from the Dodgers? As good as this team is, half the time they're just winning 3-0. Like you thought this lineup would be clubbing 8 runs a game, right? Beginning of the year, oh my goodness, look at this line. They're projecting 8 runs a game. You're not getting that from this team. And later, he said last time he started was back in April. So what can we really go off him? He's got 3 innings today, and then we get a bullpen. I don't trust the Dodgers lineup all that much. Gosselin, I love. He's going to give up 1 in 6 innings, maybe. Give me the under 8.5. Come on, what is this 8.5? The Dodgers scoring 10 here. Why is this 8.5?
What do you think, Steehn? Why is it 8.5?
Well, I'll tell you what. I certainly hope that anybody that listened to our show a couple weeks back got on the Gonsolin, because I've got a 24-1 ticket on the NL Cy Young, and I couldn't be happier with the way he's pitched. And Sean touched on it. He's been outstanding. This is an 8.5 driven off of the Dodgers offense and the fact that Leiter has a seriously bad ERA. However, here's the thing about Leiter. He made 3 starts to start the season. The first one was awful. Gave up 7 earned and 3 1/3. Since that first start, including the 2 starts that he made right after it, he's got a 3.08 ERA and a 1.07 whip. He came in for Alec Mills last time after Mills' back tightened up after throwing just 7 pitches. And Leiter went 5 1/3, gave up 1 earned on 3 hits, 1 walk against the Boston Red Sox. I think he does enough here. Sean mentioned it. Dodgers offense not nearly as good as you think it is. That's a public perception that's been paying off for us by the fact that the value on the Dodgers has been probably a half run too high on most of their games. Take advantage of it while you can. I think this is another prime spot to do just that. I'll take the under 8.5 with Mr. Higgs.
Okay, Reichel, are you jumping in the car with them?
Yeah, I want to make it a sweep. I see this game finishing 5-1, something like that. But Gonsolin at home, 41 innings pitched, 0.88 ERA. Chicago's also scored less than 4 runs in 4 of its last 5 games. So the Cubs can't hit anyway. And now they're facing one of the favorites to win the NL Cy Young. I don't think the Cubs really do much offensively. And we've mentioned, or at least Steehn has a lot in the past, it's in LA at night. It tends to lead to some lower scoring games. I'm going to go with the under. I think the Dodgers have to do basically all of the lifting. I don't think they're going to do it. Give me a 5-1 final.
5-1 final you shall have. Last one for the round, and then we will do some recapping. Rockies are at the Diamondbacks. It's a 9.5 with Keuchel and Gomber on the mound. Steehn, you're up first again.
Okay. So Sean talked about it earlier. We do this show a day in advance. So this is Wednesday afternoon as we record. And we don't have a number here, so we're speculating about the 9.5. We all 3 of us agree, or all 4 of us agree, it's going to be 9.5 with a possibility of 10. Neither one of those numbers scares us as Gomber goes against Keuchel. Gomber has been extremely consistent this year. You talk about home and away splits. He don't have it. He's been horrible on the road. He's been horrible at home. 6.42 ERA, 1.44 whip. And, I know a lot of people thought maybe Dallas Keuchel was going to be the answer, but unless that question is, hey, who's that guy that used to be pretty good in Houston and now sucks? Then the answer is not Dallas Keuchel, all right? He has been awful. He's been awful with the White Sox. He's been awful in a couple starts with the Diamondbacks. 8.49 ERA, 2.10 whip. 2.10 whip over his 7-3 in his 10 starts. No way out here. It's got to be the over.
All right, Reichel, agree or disagree?
For the record, I think Keuchel's the worst starting pitcher in the league right now. I don't even know who'd be a close second, but he's like definitely first.
He's like the dude that came back a couple of years ago, and he went to Toronto, then he got traded. Who the hell was that? And we just pounded him. We just faded him. I wish I could remember who the hell that was. He probably made 10 or 12 starts of the season.
I mean, you're just describing Chi-Chi, but that's not who you're talking about. It's the same idea. But either way, point is, Keuchel alone, you're not going to take an under with Keuchel pitching. I don't know how many more outings he's going to have.
2.
It should be -3. He should have been done as soon as the White Sox cut him, but I've been taking the over in every game that he's pitched in since he came back, and it's cashed every time. If you want to look at some actual stats, Keuchel last 2 starts in 9 1/3 innings pitched, 9.64 ERA. And assuming Gomber, he was okay against Arizona last time out, but on the road this season, he's been awful. 33 2/3 innings pitched, 6.42 ERA. Keuchel might end up giving up 7 in the first 3 innings of this one. He gave up 4 runs in the first inning of the last start against Colorado, and the Rockies ended up dropping 11 at the end of the game. Plus, both bullpens not very good. So whether it's 9.5, 10, 10.5, alternative total of 12.5, I really don't care. I just think this game's going to be a pretty high-scoring one.
Keuchel is the McRib of pitchers, kids. This is not going to last long, so get it while it's here, because Keuchel ain't going to be here. August 1st, he will not be on a major league roster.
The McRib. Higgs, what do you think about that?
Yeah, no, you know what? I've never had a McRib. How about that?
No, I haven't either.
Because they're gone before you can get them, right?
It's
never
pressed
had it
pork with fake bones and terrible barbecue sauce. What could be better?
Yeah,
Like,
I'm good.
What else is there to say? I can't believe they're running this guy out. I was like, all right, if it's not Keuchel, what are they gonna bring out? Like Luke Weaver? I'm like, who where are they going to? He's terrible. I'm trying to find out worse pitchers. I'm like, I can't even find somebody worse right now.
I'm trying to think of who everyone else was demoted.
Corbin or Marquet
I mean, you had a Don who got sent down. I think
he's pitching
Zimmerman
tomorrow with Don. I think Don's
back.
tomorrow.
Yeah, he's pitching on Thursday.
I think Zimmerman got sent down by Baltimore.
Zimmerman's another guy from
I'm saying
Tiger, right?
That's basically it. I mean, he's really the bottom of the barrel, and he might be the dead bottom of the barrel.
Well, Gomber ain't missing that mark far because Gomber's been awful.
He was okay in his last start, though, so a little bit of leeway.
On his own team.
Yeah,
I mean, Jermaine Marquis' numbers are just as horrendous.
Yep, that's a dreadful staff.
Yeah, this is just a straight over. I mean, this is like a blind. We'll grab the low hanging fruit. It might poison us, but it'll taste good going down. We'll give it a shot.
There's really no other way to take it.
Really?
No.
I mean,
That's
come
just
on.
it. Yeah.
Colorado could score 10 by themselves, and that sounds a bit crazy, but is it? I mean, Keuchel can give up 7 runs in the first 2 innings, and I can guarantee you nobody would be surprised.
Yeah, like CJ Cron 3-run home run to start the first innings, and then Gomber comes back, gives 2 on like a Varsho double or something.
We're off and running.
First inning.
We're off and running. Don't play the Nerfy here, kids.
Yeah, no Nerfies. No Nerfy in that one. Okay, so let's do a little bit of recapping. Everyone like, subscribe, ring that bell for notifications. Remember about the BetMGM promo, up to $1,100 in a risk-free first bet when you use the promo code MORNING or when you check out the description of this video and find the link. Scott Steehn, tell the people who you are and where they can find you.
Well, I'm Scott Steehn with winnersandwhiners.com. I'm still doing a daily show with Chris King for the last 2 days of the week. And then I'll be off to work on a special project. I still do daily videos that are available along with my pal, Scott Reichel. So, check out all that at the Winners and Whiners YouTube channel and winnersandwhiners.com for great predictions, previews every single day on every game.
Winnersandwhiners.com. Okay. Dude, I spelled it wrong. Scott Reichel. I'll fix it. Scott Reichel, tell them who you are and what you're all about.
So, once again, I'm Scott Reichel for winnersandwhiners.com. I'm also doing free daily picks every night. Besides that, guest appearing on, for example, the Morning Wood Show. Shameless plug to, the person hosting this program. I was on there this morning talking about the WNBA. Besides that, I'm going to be doing the NASCAR show once again on Friday. Fun time. Gave out 25-1 winner. I don't know how Steen's going to grade that because it was my bonus pick. But either way, I'm going to take a victory lap and a half. But
we all make 3 picks. Reichel made 4, and once a parade for his 4th pick.
Well, I still threw it out there. So,
25-1.
You don't have to grade it. I don't give a damn. It's 25-1. I'm going to take a victory lap if I want one. But
you insult my grading system. Now you say, well, I don't know if you're graded or not.
Right? It all comes back around.
By the way, Reichel, I don't know if you knew this or not. Our NASCAR run has been extended indefinitely.
Nice.
Yeah.
Cool.
So
perfect.
It means I'll indefinitely do a victory lap. That's great. All right. But besides that, probably going to end up being on the Just Parlay show on Friday, which should be fun. And yeah, just hanging in there.
Beautiful. Sean Higgs from Midday Money over at Winning Free Picks. How are you doing, friend?
Nah, not too bad. What's there to say? People see me on here twice a week. I don't think they can see my giant head. I'm like a bad penny. Keep turning up on Total Chaos.
So there it is. Subscribe to Winning Free Picks, everybody out there. Sean Higgs has his own station called Winning Free Picks. That's where you'll find all of his free picks, and then Midday Money 7 days a week at noon Eastern. Lots of baseball props coming out of you. How are you doing over at picksandparlays.net?
It's baseball, grinding along, doing all right. Total still hitting about 58%. I'll take it. Not too many favorites. 41-28 with fades. I'm a dog kind of run line kind of guy there. So we're just going along with the flow. That's it. Get ready for the Hall of Fame game, August 4th. We got that going on. So
isn't that the under? Aren't you telling me to play the under?
33.5. And I do like the Jag.
All right.
Thanks.
That's what I shall do. We saw Baker Mayfield got traded to the Panthers today. And the Panthers and the Browns play each other in week 1. So that should be a fun week 1.
That line went from 4 to 2.5, and I got the Panthers +4. I'm like, no way Watson's playing. I figured it would be Brissett. But I mean, like, but now I don't like it because they know every in and out about Baker Mayfield. Now I'm kind of like, I might have to come back, and I don't want to hedge on 2 points, but it's like Brown win will not shock me with them. They know everything about this guy.
I think I would just take the over in like rushing yards for Chubb and McCaffrey because neither team wants their quarterback to actually throw the ball more than 20 times in the game.
That's a good call. That's a good call right there.
I definitely do Chubb and McCaffrey. That guy's made out of paper mache. You're
going to get about 4 weeks out of him before he gets hurt, but those 4 weeks are glorious. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, they will be glorious. Okay, so let's do some recapping. Remember when they all agreed, those tend to be the money makers on the show. The Tigers and the White Sox are at an 8.5. Steehn and Higgs are going under, but Reichel says that goes over. Giants and the Padres is a 6.5. Steen's going over, but Scott and Higgs are taking it under. Cubs at the Dodgers 8.5, and they're all going under the 8.5. Rockies Dodgers 9.5. They're all going over that one. So we've got 2 consensus plays on this one for you guys. Thank you so much for joining me. Don't forget to check out Winners and Whiners. Check out Winning Free Picks and Midday Money. And that's the end scene. I forgot what I was going to say. Thank you guys so much for joining me. The best capper win. Bye.